The NFL Divisional Round is here, and after a disappointing wildcard round with a lot of games that were just blowouts, and really only one exciting game, which was that Sunday night game between Washington and the Buccaneers, where Jayden Daniels came out, we were left just disappointed as fans. But don't worry, the divisional round is completely different, and we will not see the same results. Now, I went 4-2 my wildcard predictions, and the two that didn't hit were the Chargers, how they got blown out by the Texans, and I didn't see that happening, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers losing because of a Baker Mayfield fumble on a jet sweep to Jalen McMillan, as well as other reasons, but that was a big one. But now we're here, the second round of the playoffs. Let's get into that round of the playoffs, where I will give you who will win, the scores, and a touchdown score for you to add to your underdog entries. The first game we have is the Texans versus the Chiefs, where I have the Chiefs winning 28-21. No matter what you say, the Chiefs are the Chiefs. They're an elite defensive team with one of the best quarterbacks of all time behind center, and they're ready to be in these clutch moments. They always have been. The Texans dominated in that 32-12 win against the Chargers, with their defense forcing multiple turnovers and sacking them 4 times. I want to put this out there. I'm on the record saying that the Texans, although they were 5th in the NFL in turnovers, would not force one in that game. Clearly, I was wrong. I get it. I know, we all make mistakes. But this Texans defense, and just this team in general, is not ready for Patrick Mahomes and Arrowhead Stadium's environment. They already lost to them in Week 16, a game where Stroud turned the ball over twice, and this defense, this environment, and Patrick Mahomes will be too much for the Houston Texans to handle. It's just, they can't go into this cold weather environment as a warm weather team and expect to come out victorious. No matter how good they've been defensively recently, through the regular season, they were 6th in defensive EPA per play. It doesn't matter, because when you're going against Mahomes in the playoffs, it's a scary sight no matter how lackluster he's looked this year. If the Chiefs do what they've been doing all season, are able to stop the run, I don't know if I trust Stroud to lead this team through tough moments in the fourth quarter in Kansas City. And although Mahomes has not had that Patrick Mahomes year that we expect from him every season, from, one of the all-time greats in the NFL, he's still the best quarterback in the league. You all come out and say, Josh Allen's better, Lamar Jackson's better, Joe Burrow's better. Look, everybody's better than Mahomes until it's time to be better than Mahomes. Touchdown score for this game, Nico Collins. But you're first going to add this pick, this free Mahomes to throw for 1 yard pick, to your underdog entry, which you only get if you sign up with code Fanatics. On top of that, you get a deposit match up to $1,000, and they have profit boosts basically every day. Again, that is code Fanatics at sign up on Underdog for this free Patrick Mahomes pick and a deposit match up to $1,000. The next game, Commanders at Lions. It's easy. Lions 35-24. They're just too dominant on both sides of the ball. Their offensive line, their defensive line has gotten pressure the past few weeks, especially against Sam Darnold, and their running game is just, it's too much. It's simple as that. We saw what they did to Sam a couple weeks ago, like I just said, pressuring him. And although Darnold is not as good as evading pressure as the rookie Jayden Daniels is, the Lions will continue to have the same game plan against Washington, an average to below average offensive line. Pressure the rookie quarterback until he cries and dominate with their defense and run game. That's all they have to do to win this game, and they do it every week. And they're even getting Dave Montgomery back, which, forms the best running back duo of the past 10 to 15 years of Sonic and Knuckles. I may have been wrong about the Bucs ending Washington's surprise season, but I simply cannot be wrong about Detroit doing it. Lions get this easy. Touchdown score from this game, it's a simple one, Jahmyr Gibbs. And then we have the Rams at the Eagles, and goddamn, you're all gonna hate me again. But 28-24, Rams come out. Yeah, oh yeah. What did I tell you would happen in the wild card game? The Rams would copy the Lions' exact module of pressure until Darnold was begging for you to stop, seeing ghosts, and all of that. And what did they do? Exactly what I said. 9 sacks. Oh yeah. Oh, it just gets me hot and bothered thinking about Byron Young and Kobe Turner dominating grown men, getting to Sammy D. I gotta finish something after this video, and you don't want to know what. The Rams are the team I knew they would be in July and December. Let's not forget that one too. a dominant pass rush with a good offense to complement their defense that can force turnovers, from Jared Verse picking up a fumble and running it for a touchdown, having 7 pressures in that game. No sack. I don't know what that's about. He gets the pressures but doesn't get the sacks. Oh, and guess what? Guess who was ahead of him in pressures, leading all players in the wildcard round? Byron Young. Yeah, and Kobe Turner, he had a couple sacks too. That's just a few young Cavs coming in and dominating a grown Viking. Is a baby ram a calf? I don't know, but go with it. Philly is the second best team in the NFC and probably the third best team in the NFL in general. I mean, Saquon, this offensive line, and this pass defense have been elite in single-handedly dominating games and throwing teams to the ground. They've had a Super Bowl run before, just a couple years ago, where they lost to Kansas City. I just smell something in the air is telling me that the Rams will take down this Philly team in Lincoln Financial Field. There's just something telling me. And just like my hot chocolate beverage March Madness run, which you guys would not understand, it was a Cinderella run. I ran the 16-seed hot chocolate to the victory over all other types of beverages. The Rams can and will win this game. They will. As an eagle tries to fly down to its prey, the big ram runs over and swallows it whole. Matthew Stafford is one of the most clutch quarterbacks of all time, a great playoff performer, does exactly what he needs to do. You know, maybe sometimes he doesn't have the big game, but he moves the sticks, he gets the offense to score the ball, he capitalizes on their defense's big plays. Alongside this defense and pass rush, Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, who only had 29 yards, Puka Nacua, and Kyron Williams will win in Philadelphia. Touchdown scorer, Puka Nacua. And the last game of the divisional round, Baltimore at Buffalo. This is the one we've all been waiting for. Remember back in that week where they played each other and the Bills got thrown down by Baltimore? We were waiting for this matchup at some point in the playoffs. Well, I got Buffalo 31-28. It's going to be a nail-biter, last-second field goal type of game for the Bills. Look, there's not a lot of analysis you can do here. Two of the best teams in the league, the two leading MVP candidates, it's a coin flip. Decide whoever you want. But I trust Josh Allen in the playoffs at home more than Lamar Jackson. Look, Lamar's passing weapons have been inconsistent all year long. And if Derrick Henry gets mildly shut down, which means like only 100 yards and a touchdown for him, I'm not sure this offense will be able to be as explosive as its potential, because Zay Flowers has had drop issues all season. We don't even know if he's playing. Rashad Bateman, he's not someone I trust late in the fourth quarter, expected to be counted on again and again. I feel like something will go wrong there. And Mark Andrews was kind of a non-factor in the Pittsburgh game. Now, I will say I expect him to have a better game and a pretty big game this week. But an older Mark Andrews who has really been seriously inconsistent all year long. Zay Flowers, the same thing. I don't know how he made the Pro Bowl. And Rashad Bateman, who has caught a lot of touchdowns this year, but I just don't trust him that much. I just don't know how I feel about this passing game late in the fourth quarter of a cold environment game. And it's nothing against Lamar Jackson. He is the second or third best quarterback in the NFL, depending on who you ask. It is not his fault. If anything, it'll be his receiver's fault, and they just won't be able to get open. Because again, guys, Christian Benford is there too. I brought him up last week. He did a good job against Sutton. He'll do a great job against Bateman or whoever he's going to line up against. This defense, this passing defense, will stop the receivers, and it won't be Lamar's fault. I want it to be known I am not a Lamar hater. He's very good. He's elite. Both quarterbacks have just been on another level this year. Just something about Josh Allen in this playoff environment against a team that destroyed them earlier in the season makes me believe that he has the fire and the chip on his shoulder to take down Baltimore with Bills Mafia cheering him on. I just get afraid of that Baltimore passing attack if Zay Flowers isn't healthy, especially because he's still a question mark and it's Tuesday. I know it's early in the practice week, but this is a time where you need to know, can your guy go? We need to know if Zay Flowers will play. But either way, even if he does, I still have Buffalo beating Baltimore 31-28. And your touchdown score for this game, Mark Andrews. The payout of the underdog touchdown entry is roughly 31.59 times. That is when you include the Patrick Mahomes free higher than 1 yard pick, which you get when you sign up with code Fanatics, as well as a deposit match up to $1,000. And all you guys gotta listen to me. with all these predictions. I'm going to go 4-0. Even the scores are going to be right. Probably not, but I'm going to get all the winners right, trust me. Let's go Rams, let's go Bills, let's go Lions, and let's go Chiefs. I never want to say that again. I never want to say that again. I hope you all know. Look at that flag back there. I never want to say let's go Chiefs again, but just for this video, we're going to. NFL Divisional Round is going to be crazy.